holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.
Good morning, CSL Parker. Stand if you are able, and let's sing. Happy Sunday. Yeah. Yay, Sunday! I know you know this one. Here we go. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Let's sing that one again. I am open to receive. You look beautiful today. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. The love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Yeah. Let's know it for each other. You are open. You are open. Here we go. You are open. You are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. You are open. Yeah. You are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. Now, we are open. We are open. Yeah, yeah. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open, yeah. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. 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 Now say hi to your neighbor with a hug or a handshake or a high five. Ooh, oh, oh. La, 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 la. We are open. Oh, 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 we are open, receiving the love in you and me. Yeah. Ooh, oh, 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 we are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. The love in you and me. We are open to the love in you and me.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Dr. Vern. I am not Reverend David. And it's a delight to have every one of you here with us this morning. You know, this is a really awesome, amazing place to be.
Yes, it is.
It is safe, it is inspiring, and we're not here to save you. That's your job. We just provide the tools to assist you on your journey, and it is a glorious journey, I am sure, for each of us. Let's see, I have a couple of announcements. One is that someone left their photos of their fathers here last week, and I see a volunteer.
Yay! What a surprise.
Hey.
First time I've ever done that.
I also want to acknowledge Colleen DeVries for this beautiful altar this
Beautiful.
morning.
So beautiful.
I kept wondering what is the occasion, but the occasion is life. We're just here to celebrate. And let's see, if you are in any desire for prayer, you will see practitioners wearing these stoles. And if you would desire prayer, tap one on the shoulder after service. Felina's got her hand up. She wants it to be her, so see her for prayer afterwards. And, Reverend David is somewhere, I don't know exactly where, so all I know is he isn't here, and I am, so I guess I will be doing the talk today, and it's a delight to have each of you join us for this. I was thinking this morning that we always look for an occasion that's a special occasion to honor this one or this group or that group. But this is the day I want us all to look and say, how am I honoring myself? And so I want you to do that, and our whole theme today is acceptance. So we'll address that as we go through the service this morning. And now I'm going to turn it over to Felina Harrington, one of our practitioners. She's going to be doing our reading today.
Good morning. Okay, so this reading is from The Wisdom of the Self by Paul Ferrini, one of the most prolific spiritual writers out there. Always has wonderful things to say. And this has to do with acceptance. So, without acceptance, there can be no forgiveness. And without forgiveness, there can be no learning, no rite of passage, no increase in awareness. Dualistic teaching methods can help me see that my ego condemns myself and others, but they cannot help me forgive my ego. They cannot help me accept my life as it is. They cannot teach me to bless. To bless, I must accept my ego and yours. To bless, I cannot make the error real. I cannot judge my judgment. To bless, I must accept what happens and forgive it. I must be willing to take responsibility for what happens, to work with it and birth it, and then let it go. I must hold on tightly and let go lightly. If I cannot forgive my judgments, my awareness of my ego means nothing. Indeed, my judgment of my judgments shows me that I do not truly see them for what they are. Only a non-dualistic learning framework allows us to embrace the entirety of our lives, including the ego. It says to us, okay, there is the judge, and then the one that judges the judge, and it's endless. It goes on forever because there is a continual sense that the process is bad. When we just see the process and accept it, we remove the idea of bad. It just is a process that goes on. Seeing it, we distance ourselves somewhat from that process. But we understand that there will be times when we are drawn back into our judgments. So we try to be easy with that, without labeling it. And we try to stay as aware as we can. And so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in now to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, oh, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. So get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, yeah. Get ready, my soul. Oh, I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. I'm getting ready. I am getting ready. Get ready. My soul.
I know when I do my morning meditations, I begin with deep breath work and breathe. And I invite you to join me now. I breathe into my open heart. And breathe again into my open heart, going deeper and deeper. And finally, a third breath where I breathe into this space that is so pure and holy and perfect. And in this space, I experience the pure and sacred energy of the universe. Some call it God. By whatever name, it doesn't matter. This pure energy fills each of us from the top of our heads to the tip of our toes. We are filled with that which is perfect and holy and sacred. Every cell of our beings animates to this pure, perfect energy. All 50 trillion cells work in perfect harmony to sustain and thrive this vessel of spirit. So as we live and move and have our being in this precious altar that resides within each of us, we now commune with our Christ nature. We come home. We come home where we belong, where there is the grandest, most beautiful welcome mat you could ever imagine, saying, welcome. You are the blessed one that we've been waiting for. Let's just cherish our beautiful inner nature and allow that light to radiate out into the universe for all others, that they might know God because they know us. We are the perfect animation and replication of the divine in person, living right here on earth. So in this quiet time, we greet each other with nothing but silence and pure, pure love. Welcome home. Now join me in declaring together, and so it is.
I'm coming out of this long night's journey into the day, and I'm not afraid anymore to look in the mirror, wipe all the tears off of my face, and sadness fades. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am. Oh, I am, I am, I am. Too many years I spent
circular holes, and I didn't know myself. But why would I come here to live a life stuck in a mold and be bought and then sold? Well, I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I am ready, yeah. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am the I am. 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 I am ready. And there's no greater feeling than loving myself, body and soul. And the pain, it just goes away. Well, now I am out in a new world as a creation, perfect and whole, in loving flow. And now I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I am ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am ready to be who I was made to be, who I am to be. I am ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am, the I am. Let's sing this together. I am the I am. 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 We are ready to be who we came here, who we are, what we were meant to be. Everything, everything, everything that I
I'm just humbled to be in your presence, Laura. And Laura just got in on a flight at 1 a.m. this morning from Boston. So I'm telling you, to supercharge yourself like that, it's like calling on the powers within that really do run our engines. Well, today, I have something to offer you if you are ready to receive it, and that is, would you like to experience a more profound sense of peace than you've had in a long, long time? Okay. Well, back when I was a kid on the farm in Kansas, my mom would get together. She was a great cook, and people always said, well, we'd like your recipe. So today I'm going to give you, I think is a recipe. And, you know, my mom cooked like with a pinch of this and a little dab of that, and I'd always ask how much, and she'd go, just a little bit. And so I'm going to give you a little bit. And as I listened to the reading from Felina and heard that beautiful song, I thought, you know, I go back to Don Maurice's book, The Four Agreements, because in the preface of that book is the most clear explanation I have ever seen on how we all got domesticated. And it isn't very pretty. And most of us have done a great job of allowing ourselves to be domesticated and domesticating ourselves, really. And what happens is over time we gather so many opinions about everything, don't we? Well, that's a nice outfit. Well, that's not so nice. You look grubby, you look tired, you look blah, blah, blah. And how could you vote for that person? Aren't we full of opinions? And in fact, though, as I thought this through, usually when I do a talk, I ruminate for at least a week. And it's those 3 a.m. times that do it to me or for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have an opinion on everything. And yet, what if those very opinions are our personal prisons that lock us into discontent, unhappiness, and more than anything, separation from all life and all people, and especially separation from those that don't think the way we do. And Paul Farini, whom Felina read from this morning, talks about this concept called equality. And one of the things that happens with opinions and judgments is it moves us into not only a place of separation, but a place of hierarchy. Well, I'm better than you because, and you just fill in the blanks, right? And we know how to fill in those blanks because we were domesticated from way early. So, is there a way that we can really step aside and elevate ourselves to a position where we don't have to judge everything anymore? You know, in the Course in Miracles, in the Teacher's Edition, I think it's page 24, it says, you know, give up judgment. If you have one more thing to do in life, give up judgment. And then you might say, well, what's the gold standard on acceptance? And I really believe it is love. And aren't we all energy beings? We spread energy wherever we go. You ever been around a negative person? Do you feel the energy? And when you're around somebody then that is very uplifting, if we have somebody in the back that could let in our visitors, we have a couple guests out there. The doors lock at 10 minutes after the hour, so Whoops. So being energy, what I've noticed, I'll just talk about me because I know me better than I don't know most of you. I know that when I judge, I block my own energy. I'm no longer available for others because I have said, you're different than I am. I can't have anything to do with you. Well, you believe differently than I believe. So I then cannot have anything to do with you because you don't agree politically with me. I just spent a week back in Kansas and I was immersed in a different belief system and style for a week. And I had to elevate myself. I had to meditate a lot to get back into what we might call the higher realm. Then, so what we do is when we judge, we separate, and we really block the energy flow that goes in and through and around us everywhere. Well, that's kind of painful. So what do we do then as we really want to move into this place of acceptance? Give me 1 second. I do write notes occasionally so I don't get too lost. Okay. The opposite of acceptance is resistance. Have you noticed in your life that what you resist is painful? It's very painful. And it causes a lot of friction, doesn't it? So pain and heat. A toaster operates on resistance. Could we be human toasters sometimes? Do you ever feel like you're fried? It's because you're not letting the energy flow and substituting it with love. Now, some of us that have been studying religious science for quite a few years, and a lot of great mystics have discovered that life is really here to work for us. For us. And not sometimes, but all the time. Now, here's a kicker. Life works for us, and yet we don't like what it gives us sometimes. We're like, well, if you're for me, why don't you always do what I want you to do? But I will tell you right now, and this is from my own painful experience, when life bumps us around, like, you know, those little bumper cars at the carnival, you get in there and you bump somebody, you get bumped. Life does that to us sometimes. And what I've realized is that life does that to me when I'm not paying attention. So then I figured out on top of that, because I'm one of those people that I don't like when adversity and pain hits. But now I think I understand that when life bumps me around, it is still for me. Get it? This is really important, because this whole idea of acceptance means I can accept things when I don't like them. Now, folks, that's a hard pill to swallow, is it not? I jokingly tell my students sometimes, you know, it's like we get in the wash machine and it goes through that turbulent cycle and it shakes us around a bit. All it's doing is cleansing us. But can we see that even when we don't like it? I know when I listen to some of the politicians, and I'm not going to say which ones, they irritate the heck out of me. But you know what? I like it because it causes me to think. Could there be another way to look at this that I haven't thought of yet? So, in terms of acceptance, the major point I'm making right now is that we really can learn to accept those things we do not like. Not only that, but we can accept those people that we don't agree with, that we've decided are less than us because, and you just fill in whatever blank you want. Now, what does that take for me? Because I've given this a lot of thought, and especially immersed in my trip to Kansas. How can I be love in the midst of not understanding it anymore? I grew up there, but now it's like a foreign country for me. You know, Dorothy and Toto don't have the charm that they had at one time. That old black and white farm scene and all that stuff. Well, this is where I got with that. Because, you know, when we're in the midst of the stuff, it's not easy, is it? And we can, right now, I'm standing here spouting all these things, and it's easy to say, but when we're in the midst of it, it's not so easy to do. So what I want to address right now for a few minutes is, what do we do when we find ourselves overwhelmed by what's surrounding us, when we are immersed in drama? I go back to a very basic statement. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all else shall be added unto you. Because what I realized is that our Western civilization, anyway, is full of distractions. Every one of the things I've talked to you about is a distraction. Woo, woo, woo. Here and there and everywhere. Such rich opportunity to be further enlightened. Sometimes I wish I could just go home, put my feet up and belch and eat popcorn and watch TV all day, but you know, that doesn't work either, so I've tried all that. Anyway, coming back to reality, when I get lost, I notice that what I have really lost is my connection with the divine. And then I go to prayer, I go to meditation, I go to the phrase that I've used, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. And so what I do is I go deep within, and I enter the chamber just as I did in our opening meditation today, and I surround myself with this pure energy, this peace, this harmony. And I have a reading for you based on that. It is from the Science of Mind textbook. Now, some of you are sitting there going, he needs a new book. I think I'll buy him a new book. Don't you dare. I have annotated every Science of Mind class I've ever taken. I started in 1991 with Science of Mind at Mile High Church. So, and when I read a book like this, I read the highlights, because I highlight the things that come out, and some of you use notes. But here's what Ernest Holmes counsels us to do. This is on page 246, if some of you want to read it later. We should read, study, think, and meditate upon those statements which tend to calm, to give poise and confidence, and erase all thought of fear and tension. Isn't that beautiful? We live in a sea of perfect life, and we should take time to understand and sense this in our imagination. We should think of ourselves as being surrounded by perfect life and poised in eternal calm. This is what I mean, folks. So, what would I recommend? I'd recommend eliminating anything in our lives that's a distraction. And some people here watch the news, some don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I've stopped watching the news because I find it puts me in a really horrible place. Now, some will say, oh, I need to know what's going on. No, you don't. What you need to do is know what's going on inside. You see, we've lost sight of the real world. Some people say to me, because they know I like to, I like to experience the height of life, and they'll say, well, you don't live in the real world. And my argument is, yes, I live in the real world. You live in the real world that you have created. I have my own world that I wish to live in, and that is my real world. Now, I don't think there's much more important than that, because where am I going to discover peace and happiness and love? I sure won't discover it on the news. That's my opinion. I won't discover it in conversations that are gossipy in nature. I won't discover it anywhere other than in that inner place that I call my personal sanctuary, my personal altar. I call it good vibrations. And those good vibrations allow me to accept all of life. So, you see what happens is, as I prepare for a week, like I told you, I have all these things coming in. Then I stand here in front of you, and I got this going on, and oh, why don't you say that? Why don't you? Oh, sorry, folks. So I have to sort it out as it comes through. So what I want to sort next is, I want to leave you with 2 words today that I hope will be your catchphrase for your lives. And they came to me some years ago by a person that used to attend service here. And if you went up to this man and asked him how he was doing, he would say, I am just right. And we had this come up in class recently too, Irene. I remember you're one that brought it up. And as I've been experiencing some turbulation, just like we all do, that doesn't mean a turbulation doesn't exist. It's where do I put my focus? So I thought, I'm going to try out this just right thing. So when things came up recently that I was like, oh, I looked at myself and I said, how am I? And I said, I am just right. Not only am I just right, everything in the world is just right because I say it is. And you'll have people say to you, but what about? What about? Well, the things that seem bigger than me, I pray about. For example, one of my favorite short prayers is this nation, one nation, under God, indivisible. Because I want to help get us back to a state of harmony. In terms of the war and conflict in the world, every day, all the time when I think of it, I say, and I know that there is peace on earth, there is peace in the hearts of all lives, and there is peace in the hearts of our world leaders. You guys, we got to stop being victims. And the only way I know how to not be a victim is I pray for how I know it can be. We hold out those possibilities. All right, I know that the time is probably getting on there, so I'm going to just wrap it up and say this. In your life this week, I encourage you, because if we're going to be a healing force for the world, it's not going to be our world leaders per se. It's going to be us creating the energy and the knowledge and the knowing that we have these solutions for what exists. Pray for the solution. Don't think about the problem. Otherwise, we become the problem. So, I know for you, for me, I just know wherever I look, I just see love. I see love in every one of your faces. I know it in your hearts. And what I know about our world is that it is just right. And I know for you that you are just right. So let's have a prayer. I know that as we reach this place where we're pulling this notion of acceptance into place, that we all are so willing to give up our opinions, to give up our judgments, and to just be. Just be. Do you know what a grand state that is? So let's all just be love. I know that when we are tempted to move into judgment, we then ask ourselves a simple question. What would love do right now? And allow ourselves to be guided and pulled by the answer to that question, and that we then step above into that place of higher knowing, higher being, and we allow the divine to guide us through love, in love and as love. I bless each of you this morning on your journey. And as I heard Felina's reading this morning, we all make mistakes, but as we make those mistakes, let's just be gentle with ourselves and say, okay, move on. Okay, move on. I give thanks for our knowing, for our new understandings, and invite you to join me in blessing this talk and this prayer by declaring together. And so it is. It's now our time for our offering. It's our time to give back. I know that your generosity has blessed our community in so many ways. And so as we prepare ourselves and our offerings, if you give electronically, thank you for that. If you have your little tokens, hold those. Hold your hands over your hearts and give thanks for your own financial security. And know that as we give, we receive, multiplied many times over. I bless this prayer. I bless our offering and invite our ushers to start our baskets.
Living large in a tiny square, broken pieces seem to lead nowhere. Why do I feel that my life is just pretend? All my dreams staying way too small. They lead me back to where I started from. How can I move when I fear what lies ahead? Well, there's more than what I see. Each step brings me closer to free. Realize it's inside of me, yeah. I realize there are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. No walls. You and me and this holy word. And I realize now, yeah. And with each new day I see my life getting bigger with less denying. It's my choice now to leave or just give in. And every morning I give thanks, amen, to all the growth I've experienced. And I've become a dream that's worth believing, yeah. Well, there's more than what I see. Each step brings me closer to me. Yeah, I realize it's inside of me. I realize there are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. There are no walls in between you and me, God, and your holy word. Well, it's a long road, but one I choose to to travel through this lifetime, and I am learning what not to do. Believe me, believe me. There's more than what you see. Oh, I realize it's inside of me, yeah. I realize there are no walls in between, no. I realize it's inside, you are inside of me. I realize there are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. There are no walls in between you and me and my earth, oh. No walls in between those who don't think like me. No walls, I know no walls. There are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. There are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. Sing if you feel it. There are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. There are no walls. There are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. Oh, there are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. I know no walls in between you and me. No walls inside of me. In between you and me, no walls. There are no walls in between you and me and this holy word. I realize now.
Let's take a moment now and give great thanks for all these gifts and for the generosity of the hearts behind the gifts, knowing that this goes out and blesses the world, and it blesses our precious CSO Parker and each person who has given so generously. I say thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
How about one last little ditty to take us out?
What's that?
One last little, we are singing.
Okay.
Right? We gonna do that one? Yeah? We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing, we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We open our bodies to listen, we dream the world awake. We hold to the starlight vision, our love is a vow. We are singing, and we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing and we are praying, we are calling a new earth. Let's do it one more time. We are singing and we are praying, we are calling a new earth. We are singing and we are praying, we are calling a new earth.